Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And I say shalom to your Akim out there. And this is a quick sit-down lesson through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. Another Joel 3 and 10 coming into a full effect of Let the Weak Say I Am Strong. And the title of this sit-down lesson is going to be Let the Weak Say I Am Strong. And this is a news article from RT.com on June the 7th, 2022, from World News of RT.com. And the highlight of this news article, and it reads, India tests nuclear capability missile. The launch demonstrates New Delhi's capability for credible deterioration in the military, says. It says India has successfully tested its nuclear capabilities. The AGNI-4 ballistic missile, with the country's defense ministry calling it the trial a routine launch. The local development mutation is said to be capable of striking targets from thousands of miles away. And it says carry out from Abdul Kalam Island in the state of Odisha on Monday. The missile test encountered no major issues and was deemed a success, the military announced in a press release. The success test was part of a routine ushered training launches carried out under the aegis of the Strategic Forces Command, it said, adding that the launch provided the reliability of the system and the reframe of New Delhi's credibility of minimum deterioration capability. It says the forward iteration of a weapon created by India's Defense Research Development Organization, which is the DRODO, the NG-4 or Fire 4 is a intermediate range missile. Is said to be able to hit targets up to 4,000 kilometers at 2,485 miles away and carry 1,000 kilometers of 2,200 pounds of payload. New Delhi has also carried out a number of tests for the Agent 5 and intercontinental ballistic missile, which is an ICBM, with a significant long range within most recent trials conducted late last year. And it says one of a small handful of nations to possess its own nuclear trial, or a nuclear arms fire from the land, sea, and air. India has tested the AGNI-4 in 2018, while a launch for the newer and shorter range AGNI Prime was carried out in late 2021. So yeah, as I mentioned it before in my previous videos, it relates to this, just like North Korea, same similarities of they carrying out their nuclear arsenal. Goes back into the book of Joel 3 and 10, like the weak say I am strong. These nations got military capability, and it's starting to increase. They do these military drills, these joint exercise drills, these launching of their nuclear capability. You got this launch right here. It can It can shoot from thousands of miles away. You know, that's why these nations starting to gear up, preparing for war. That's why you're seeing all these trainings taking place, and it's been increasing. And during the times ahead that we are living in, and it's gonna increase more and more and more. Just like the nations of India, Pakistan, China, Ethiopia, Turkey, and many more of these other countries. China, Russia, Iran, India, Pakistan, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, you know, including the United States as well too. And it goes back to the book of Joel 3 and verse 10 of these other nations that's outside of the United States. They got nuclear capability just as much as any other country, and they starting to show that because you're starting to see these nations creating uranium of nuclear capability, a nuclear stockpile that they are creating, which is Iran doing right now. You see in North Korea creating their and developing a nuclear arsenal with the nuclear bomb, the ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles. They are testing it. You got other nations countering their adversaries potentially with nuclear arsenal capabilities as well too. You know. So these are signs of the times of these nations being fully trained and being prepared for war when that time comes, and they'll be fully prepared. Just like in the book of Joel 3 and 9 says, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, Prepare this amongst the Gentiles, which is the other nations, And that's what we're seeing right now, And I'm going to bring out Joel 3 and 10 for the moment, Yeah, because that Joel 3 and 10 is coming into full effect right now, This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and in plenty hooks. And let the weak say I am strong, right? Because, the weak are starting to show their military strength and capability, like I mentioned before, Like China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, South Korea, India, Pakistan, Ethiopia, Turkey, Somalia, and many more other countries, Libya, all the countries, And they're starting to show their nuclear capability, their nuclear arsenal, Especially the big ones like with China, Russia, and Iran, Now you got India starting to do their missile launch testing, And many more other countries go follow along with it as well too, Because we are living in those times of these nations constantly, consistently preparing for war, Preparing and gearing up for war because we are entering those stages of upcoming imminent of World War III, WW3. It's imminent and it's coming very soon, Because the thing is, these are constantly building up. These are the building blocks. And the processing of things are constantly being built up in these last days of these nations are constantly, consistently being prepared for war just in case if anything goes down. Because they always state the fact that, hey, we're going to fully train, fully test our missiles, develop our nuclear capability, and form our nuclear capability, stock up our nuclear capability, and being full built and be prepared for such things might come towards our way or towards an imminent threat that comes our way, and they'll be fully prepared because that's what you're seeing right now. These nations doing these nuclear tests. They doing these joint exercise drill tests. They doing these full drills of simulation of war type tactic training, And that's what we're seeing these last days, And so with that, I hope this was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua, because the book of Joel 3 and 10 is definitely increasingly and is coming into full effect, of the nations of they saying themselves, we're gonna be mighty and strong, and that's what we're seeing right now in these last days. These nations increasingly building up their military capabilities, the nuclear capabilities, and it's further strengthening more and more, And so, with that, once again, I hope this was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom and a ball.